Hi guys, Brad M73 here, and welcome to the Mod Spotlight for a new mod I found over at ls2015.com. It's called the Argo 8x8 version 1.0 beta, multiplayer compatible. The reason why this Argo mod kind of appealed to me was because I used to actually own one of these, except mine was the 6x6 version, and this is the 8x8. And what that means is there's 8 wheels. And the by 8 means that it's essentially 8-wheel drive. And the way these work is there's not normally a steering wheel. If we look at over here, there's a steering wheel, but actually there's a bar, and both of those bars are independent of each other. So you can push one bar forward and pull the other one back. Or actually, now that I think about it, it might actually be kind of like a steering bar. But it's been a while. It's been 5 or 6 years since I sold my Argo. But anyway, the wheels actually work very much like a tank. So if you want to turn right, you can either push turn this wheel right or push forward on the sticks, however it works, and the right wheels will rotate in a forward direction. And conversely, if you want to turn faster, like if you want to do a 0-point turn, then you can actually turn the back wheels to go backwards, and it'll actually pivot in place. And I don't know if I can do that with this one or not. Now mine was a little bit shorter, so imagine it not having the back wheel. This one is actually designed to hold about 6 to 8 people. I think they actually say 8, though I would say it probably would seat about 6 adults in relative comfort. My 6-wheel version, the 6x6, would carry about 4. So in the back seats were pretty narrow. So you basically get your butt on there, and you and a buddy are pretty much looking directly at each other's eyes if you're in the back. The front seats were actually pretty comfortable, and you could actually fit 2 adults comfortably, 3 if you really had to squish people in there. Now, one of the things about these Argos is they're actually designed to float. If you look at the body, which unfortunately there's not a whole lot of detail on this, but the body is actually like a bathtub, and when you go in the water, it actually floats, and the rotation of the wheel will actually propel it forward or backward or allow you to turn. And of course, you've got a hitch mount on the back, and then you also had the option of a winch in the front, and then also there was kind of like a canopy. There's a whole roll cage that went over the top, which you could just buy a roll cage, you could buy the whole canopy, so you're fully enclosed inside this thing, and everything. Now, one of the things that kind of disappointed me about this mod is it's beta, and I'm just going to blame it on that it's beta. Hopefully whoever's developing this will actually continue on and actually improve upon it. They got the color right. Now you could actually get multiple different colors, but mine was this olive drab green color, kind of a military green color. The tub on mine was actually black. So this is like a gray. So they could probably go with a really dark gray, maybe not a black, but a fairly dark gray, much darker than this. And also it needs texture. So hopefully they'll put some texture on this and make it not look so flat. It also has headlights, and again, it's got this steering wheel, which the real Argos don't have a steering wheel. They just kind of have these almost like motorcycle bike handle kind of a thing. So I think the old ones actually had 2 levers where you could control the everything individually. So there's that. We don't have any turn signals, but we do have cruise control like we do with many of the mods. Now, one of the things that also disappointed me was they don't have the Argo sounds. This is not what an Argo sounds like. It sounds a little bit more like a lawnmower, and I can't. It's been so long I can't really remember the details about the engine that it had in there. But I think it was like an 18 horsepower, something like that. And I tell you what, man, in the real world, these things are fun as hell to drive. They will go over anything. I mean, I can remember, and they even kind of skid out like that if you're not careful. I can remember driving over trees. There was a friend of mine who had some woods, and they had a tornado. It might have not have been like a full tornado, but it was probably like an F0 or kind of like a not so powerful tornado came through. And hello, wow, this thing's really kind of spinny outy. They're not really like that so much in the real world, but I don't know. It might just be because of the way, you know, the thing is controlling here. Now, see, in the real world, this thing would just go right here, right now. It would go right up the hill. But yeah, a friend of mine, they had like kind of like some really high winds, or probably like an F0 tornado, blow a bunch of trees down in their woods. And to help them out, I took the Argo up and a chainsaw and helped them cut them up. Now I was actually climbing over down trees on this thing, like ain't nothing but a thing. Now I want to try to see if I have a tipper somewhere. Oh, we have these guys. We've got a bunch of vehicles from... Actually, what I'm going to do... Come on, I don't have any smaller tippers? Really? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. We're going to drive down to the shop, and we'll just buy a small tipper, because you can hook this up. You can actually use it to kind of pull some things around. But I think this is, you know, mainly for getting around. Yeah, and it has no problem going through wheat or barley or canola or whatever the heck this is. You would essentially use it for hunting or camping, getting out to places, you know, in the woods that are not accessible by car. It leaves a very shallow footprint because of the way the wheels are. They're very low inflation. I think they were only like 14 psi. Might even have been lower, maybe like 10 or 12. So as you go over, you know, wetlands and things like that, it doesn't really damage the terrain very much, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I think you know, for the model, they pretty much have the model down. They just need to texture it, and I hope that that'll be something that will be worked on in the near future. It also has a top speed of let's see here, Alt H, of 34 kilometers an hour. Actually 33. We have the cruise control set to 34, so I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh gosh, and we're gonna get stuck, or we're not gonna get stuck. Yay! And we've got some some other equipment from some other mod spotlights in the past. So I'm just gonna buy like a little cheap tipper. We'll buy the Brantner. Oh, default color, and we'll buy the AgriLiner. Just to see how those two perform. And unfortunately, I don't have really anything that I could fill these guys up with. But this isn't really intended to be like a definitive review. Alright, so there we've got that. And it's lifting the back two wheels off the ground. But as you can see, in a pinch, you could actually use this, though it's not going to be, I don't think, entirely effective. Let's try the AgriLiner, since it actually has a little bit more flexible of a arm there. So we'll see how this one works. Yeah, this one actually seems to be doing much better. We actually did have a little trailer for our Argo, which came in really handy. Now, it was a trailer that was not made by, gosh, what is the company that makes Argo? I don't know if it's Argo International or what. They're a Canadian company, but I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of the company was. But anyway, they actually make like Argo trailers. It looks exactly like these, and they float and everything. But ours was not. We just used it, you know, for going down dirt paths and things like that. But our trailer would not have gone over, you know, the trees and things like that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we're going uphill. We're doing 14 kilometers, 17 kilometers an hour. So this thing actually is pretty decent for only having an 18 horsepower engine and pulling this gigantic tipper up a steep incline. I'm not sure that a real Argo would be able to do that, at least without burning out the clutch. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I mean, if you want to try it out, check it out on. It's on LS 2015. Just search for Argo. That's ARGO. And it should pop up as long as it's still active on there. I will also provide a link down in the comment section for you guys who want to give it a try. Whoa. And, it's not without its faults, but again, they explicitly say this is beta. Unfortunately, all of the other information is in German, and I didn't run it through Google Translate because after just looking at it, it looked like it was pretty simple information, but I don't know. Here's hoping that they will come up with something. I'm going to try to start filling. I'm going to fill this up. We're going to pull it a little bit just to see if this thing can pull a full, what is this, 21,000 I think on this? 20 or 21,000? 21,000. There we go. I'm gonna see if it can just like pull it up this little grade right here. I'm actually surprised that it's doing this well. It ain't doing half bad. Let's try something a little bit steeper. Actually, let's go down to the bottom of the hill. We'll turn around. We'll bring it back up to the top and see what it does there. I'm actually remaining incredibly optimistic. I mean, even if they had like the 6x6 version, I would probably still put it on my farm. Not so much for the utility. Hello. And you can see it's susceptible to, jackknifing there like that. Yeah, I would put one of these on my farm just for fun. Not because, it's actually really useful for anything. Now, the other thing is, in the real world, the Argos are amphibious. So they are land and water. Unfortunately, for farming sim, they're not amphibious. They will sink like a rock, just like any other tractor. And actually, this thing is making it up the hill. I'm really impressed. Let's see, we're going to get this last really steep part. We're going to see what happens here. So we know in a pinch, we can use the Argo. It's dirt cheap if we go into mods. There's Argo. It's only 11,300, which I can tell you is a lot cheaper than they are in the real world. They're probably, around 15 to 18,000, and then decently equipped in the low 20,000s. So they're pretty ridiculously expensive for what they are. So there you have it, guys. The Argo 8x8 mod on LS 2015. Again, check the comment section below for additional information and a link to download it. And hopefully you will enjoy it as much as I have. Credits go out to Master Zerion and Abrams S, or actually just Abrams, I guess. I guess that they're the mod developers, and my dog, she's wanting me to pet her right now. She probably has to go to the bathroom. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit like if you found this review or preview, let's say, since it's a beta mod, but hit like if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to my channel for this and many more farming simulator videos and many other videos. I'm Brad M73. This has been a Farming Sim 15 Spotlight. Bye for now.